Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of SimPilots Pro. Today we're going to be looking at the updated Cowansim R66 turbine. Now this aircraft I am very impressed with. I have been impressed with this since its release, and today, or a couple of days ago, it's had a very big update. So, what can we expect to see in the new updated variant now? We've been upgraded to version 3.0. This is the G3X vertical units added to the G3X touch system, and most importantly it's had the Autopilot made by Cowansim, supposed to be true to life, has been added to this model as well. So now we do have a working SAS Autopilot system. We've also got the force trim release system and the trim hat support in there as well. If you like me and use the Virpil controls, I use the Virpil Collective, and it is very nice at the moment. And a lot of stuff has been fixed, flickering issues with the glass, weight calculations fixed, various bugs fixed, and VR is also fixed as well. So we're going to take it for a little fly. Today we are at Glasgow City Heliport. Not the best of graphics, it is a freebie. And the weather today is on live weather, of course, and it is blowing about 27 knots, so we really are, you know, just outside that operator window, but we'll take it for a spin anyway. So what's different in the updated model? I used a GTX 750, and you've now got the new wide-angle screen with the map display in front of you, which is a lot easier to use. You still got some of the old Steven Guide, which is nice, you know, the updated graphic does have the one screen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing off the ground, because what we're going to look at is flight performance, and that's what we're most interested in today. So let's get the battery on, avionics, sweet, let's power them up, and let's have a look above our heads. We've got tail brake, rotor brake is off. I'm not going to run through any, I'm going to take that out because I've got it on a switch. I'm not going to run for any checklists because we're just going to get off the ground and go. Get the map up, and this is all touchscreen now. There we go. Updated systems. That's very nice. I do like that. It's a lot nicer having that system rather than two little screens like this. Right, let's go ahead and turn that to enable. We're going to put some navigation lights on. We'll have a look at these as well. Nav lights are nice and bright there. And I'm also going to put on the beacon lights as well. Now you'll notice on these ones, when I put them on, that these are the LED variant of beacon lights. I've updated these in the effects folder for me, which is available on FlightSim TO. It's a nice little. You can press the O button. You can set them off one by one, like true to life, because these aircraft do have LEDs on some of them. Well, most of them now, on the new ones. Then we'll have a look at the landing lights, which is on my collective. I keep forgetting that. There we go. Beautiful. So I'll go ahead. Let's crank her over. So I'm going to fuel cuts off in. Press the start button on my collective. And I'm also using a Sim Haptic Pro feedback seat, which is fantastic. I haven't bought the official seat. What I've done is bought some bass thumpers and put them on, screwed them into my seat, and using a knob sound amplifier. And with this, you do get the vibrations of the blades and the actual vibrations of the aircraft as well, which is pretty cool. It does feel quite intense. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting vibrated out of my seat now. But it adds that to that immersion, especially when you're flying in VR. So there we go, we're at idle now. I'm going to put the alternators on. Check the T's and P's are all looking okay. There we go, we're in the green. In the green for that. I'm not going to put the covers on there because I use the cut-off switches on my. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the collective now, but you can see that they have added a bit of wobble as well. And we're going to turn the revolutions up. Gently does it. You can input the GPS track, and what I'll do here, we'll quickly put it into flight plan, and we'll put destination. We'll put EGPF. Literally just across the road, and the CDR which ends the GPS. And what should happen now is we should be able to follow that, whether it's airborne. So T's and P's are in the green. Looking good for power. 100% on the RPM. On 110%. There we go. Right, let's go. Get some left collected. It is very windy today, so please bear with me. Let's go ahead and lift off. Apply some collective. And that is nice and smooth. Oh, that is windy. That is windy. Wind's trying to push the tail around. And we're going to go up. Come on. And we are going downwind here, so it's going to be a little bit weird on the pushing tail. I'm going to turn head to wind. No, too much. There we go. That wind certainly just pushed your arse end round. Right. Let's get some lift. It does fly really nice. I have left this on live weather just to, you know, prove a point that it is flyable in heavy winds as well. I mean, it is very windy. 25 knots on the head nose now. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim it out. Gain some altitude. I'm losing RPMs. Why am I losing RPMs there? Turn around there, mate, there, come back round. It does fly nice. Apologies for doing it when it's very windy, but I did want to just get the feel for it. It's my second time flying it. You definitely feel that wind pushing your tail rotor around. There's Glasgow Airport just over there. So the autopilot's now engaged. You can see I'm using the trim system just to manage that directional control. The wind is pushing us off. But I'm not touching the stick at all, I'm just using trim inputs. And that's what the wind is doing to us right now. You can see us getting wobbled around like crazy. We are getting buffeted. We're probably outside of the window at the minute. Right, I'm going to take the autopilot off. We're going to bring her in for landing at the hangar. I want to try and get head to wind if I can. Reset the trim. So now we're in head to wind. Look how much more stable that is now. Just keeping hold of that collective there, just in the trim. It's extreme. 32 knots on the head nose now. Way over operational window at the minute for this, but it's handling not bad, to be honest. I'm going to bring it in. Nice and smooth. 32 knots on the head nose. Come on, and gently down, does it? Release trim reset. And we're going to drop the RPM. And then we're going to shut down in 3, 2, 1. Turn the ignition off. We'll turn the strobe lights off, landing light off. And then we're going to put on the rotor brake, which does now stay on. Excellent. And with this aircraft as well, you do get all of the original stuff that comes with it. Wow, noisy. We do have floats, which do go off, and they have been improved in the menu, so that's pretty cool. I don't think I can set them off. You can't manually deploy them on this aircraft, I don't think. No, you can just arm them. But yeah, overall, it's a nice looking aircraft, and you know, hats off to Cowansim and Josh and all the team, and they've done quite good work on this, and it's what it needed. It definitely needed a autopilot system in this aircraft. That's the only thing that it was missing, but now it's implemented. I can imagine this being really nice to fly. We've done a lot of tours in this around Scotland, around the world, and hand flying on stick. It is nice with the trim, but it's a lot nicer when you've got a autopilot system as well. Just apologies for the bumpy start. It is blowing at the minute. It will blow in at 32 knots, 33 knots on the nose. Live weather at Glasgow today. So you know, it's just in operational window, but it's very difficult to handle, and it will blow your tail around. So best luck. My advice: would I buy this? I think I got it in a sale at about $12.99, and it's one of the best helicopters in the simulator. It really is. It is modelled absolutely beautifully, and a lot of work got into it. It is amazing. I really enjoy it. I hope you guys do. Take it easy. Stay safe. Until next time. Bye bye for now. Floats test. Mayday, mayday, going down. This is the captain. Evacuate, evacuate. There's just a little flow test. Does it do work?